Good morning, kindergarten. Good morning. Today, this is for group one. We're going to turn to page 327. Today, for math, we're basically working on mastering our addition skills, and we'll also be identifying before and after numbers. Now, let's take a look at number one. Number one, like I said, is adding, taking time of adding. But let's move on to number two. Number two wants us to write the amount as each coin is counted. Then write how much each sticker costs. So I wrote the amount on here on the board. We have a nickel and a penny. So this is how we're going to solve it. This is 5, a nickel and a penny. 5 plus 1 is 6. Then we keep going. 7, and finally 8. So what you're going to write on that sticker above the butterfly, you're going to write 8 cents. So when you look at the next sticker and the next problem with the nickel and 2 pennies, you're basically going to use the same method. Now let's move on to number 3. Number 3 wants us to write the before and after numbers. Let's go over a few examples. Alright, so let's deal with the before and after numbers. Here go 2 examples again. Let's deal with 9. So what comes before the number 9? What comes before? Good job. 8 comes before 9. 8, 9, and what comes after? 10. Awesome. Now let's look at 40. What comes before 40? What number? 39. We're on the roll today. Keep up the good work. So, comes after 40. Here we have 39, 40, and 40, 41. Awesome. Now, so when you work those problems, take your time trying to figure out the before and after numbers. Now, let's flip the page over to 128. Alright, so the first thing let's look at, it says, number 1 says, fill in the circle under each animal that is more than 1 inch long. So first you have to look at that ruler. That's a ruler and it goes up to 6 inches. And look at the first number 1, that's the first inch. That first number 1 is the first inch. So here you have 3 animals, okay? You have a grasshopper, a mosquito, and a worm. Now, then they had the measurements of each animal, how long it is. Now you just have to figure in your mind what is longer than 1 inch long. Which one of them is longer than 1? Let's first look at the grasshopper. We're going to work on that one together. From looking at the grasshopper, we can tell that is longer than 1 inch, so we'll bubble that in. So you have to decide, is the mosquito, do we have to bubble that in? Is that longer than 1 inch? If it's not, you leave it alone. And look at the worm. Is the worm longer than 1 inch? If not, you bubble that in. Alright, let's move on to number 2. Number 2, you're adding or subtracting. So you have to take your time when you're dealing with the symbols, so you'll get confused and get it wrong. Pay attention to the addition symbols and pay attention to the subtraction symbols. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3 wants us a circle 60 cents. So we're going to work on that example today. Okay, here we have dimes. You're working with dimes. Dimes, you're counting by 10. You're counting by 10, okay? So, all it asks us is to circle 60 cents. For now, we're just going to count by 10s and see how many dimes I have here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I have 80 cents. So all you have to do is, for your example, for number 3, is asking us to circle 60 cents. Okay? So how many dimes do you think you are circling? Circle the correct amount of dimes to equal up to 60 cents.